Hello, happy gardeners. Welcome back to Stinky Ditch Nursery. We got Marla on camera. Say hello, Marla.
Hi.
Been off for another couple of weeks. Oh, for crying out loud, will it ever end? Oh, enough about that. Today we are going to be planting some acorns. Now, this is a wonderful, wonderful thing you can do at this time of year. If you've got kids, it's something that's magical. You can capture someone's imagination for the rest of their life. Rest of their life. It happened to me, and look, Marla's shown the cyclamen. They are gorgeous. Look at these puppers. And I'm going to be, look how many flowers I'm getting off of each one. Sorry to go off on one, but there we are. And I'm going to be getting them online next week. I promise, I promise. I'm starting to come out of this. You know, half the time okay, half the time not okay. It's better than not being okay all the time. Right, acorns. If you want to plant some acorns, best thing to plant them in is some topsoil, some mud out of your garden. That's all you need. I just got a load of the mud here and soil, dirt, whatever you want to call it, wherever you come from in the world, a bit like that. And all I've done is, you can sieve it. I've tried using a colander, don't bother, it doesn't work. I just break it up like this. Now, if you're a baker, you know about making cakes and rubbing your butter and your flour together. It's sort of like that. You don't want to squish it. You just want to break it up a little bit like this. All right. And so, also, we're going to need some acorns. Look at these beautiful things. Marla, come in. I mean, even if you don't plant them, they're just nice things to have. They just feel so, they look, I know you can't eat them, but they do look good enough to eat. And you also need a bit of water. Oh, where'd you get the acorns from?
From the trees.
I know, should we show them the tree? We have a little tree, Let's go and show the tree. Come on then. Right, follow. Oh, and there we go. Beautiful day down here at the ditch. Absolutely beautiful day. It's end of September. I'm walking very slowly. Low anxiety.
Try not to fall over.
Yeah, try not to fall over. Well, here we are. Here's our little oak, and it is a little tree, but for some reason it's fruited so heavily this year, so heavily. And look, here's an acorn here. Marla, can you spin it up? And so when they're ready, they will easily fall out like this. Now, I appreciate the fact that, there we go. I appreciate the fact that most oak trees are a lot bigger than this, so you can't actually grab up and pick them up. You're going to have to scurry around on the floor for them. So you find yourself an oak tree, have a look on the floor this time of year, and you will find some if you get there before the squirrels. Right, should we go back in? Should we perhaps plant them up? There we go. Oh, I'm scuttling again. Got to stop scuttling. Stand up straight. Swag. Right. There we go. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to plant our acorns. We're showing you where to get them off the tree, how to take them off the tree. Now, one thing we want to know is whether or not these have had any little bugs in them or if they haven't formed properly. And the best way to do this is to see if they float or not. Marla, come in. Over here. And if you pop them in the water, if they sink, they're good. Yep. So all these are good. We're liking this. All these are good. Oh, actually, that one's got a bit of a... Oh, no, it hasn't. It was just a bit of mud. But there we go. So all these going in, and they're all sinking nicely. There we are. That's it. So now we know that those are viable acorns. We can grow something out of those. So I'm going to get myself a pot. You want a pot with a bit of a depth to it. You know, don't plant them in one of these because they do have a taproot. The oak does. It comes down, and it's important to allow that to grow. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop a bit of soil in the pot like this. Marla, and show the people how we do it like that. And I'm going to put it about like that. I'm going to leave it a couple of inches, 5 centimetres, 50 millimetres away from the top like this. Now I'm going to put our acorns in there, ones that we've soaked, and I'm going to pop them in on their side. And with most seeds, just imagine how it would happen in nature. So this acorn's going to fall off of the tree, and how is it going to land? It's going to land like that. With a bit of luck, it will get some detritus, some leaves and stuff over the top of it. It won't be stolen by squirrels, or it may be stolen by squirrels and buried, but that's another story entirely. And so that's how it's going to do it in nature. So that's what we're going to do. Marla, spin back. There we go. So I'm going to stick 5 in there like that, and then I'm going to cover them up, and I'm going to cover them about 2 times the depth of the seed, like that. So what we're going to do is, say that's the seed, we're going to cover it with this much depth, about 1 inch. I suppose 2.5 centimetres over the top. All right, like that. And there we go. So I've done that. I've left, I'm going to give it a tap down. I've left a bit of a gap at the top so that water can sit on it and soak through, because if it dries out completely and you just put water on the top and it's filled at the top, it'll just run off the top. You know, a little bit will go in, but like that. So we leave it like that. All right, and then I'll give it a bit of water. I'm just going to stick a bit of this water from here on here. And there we go. We're going to leave that outside. Oh, and label it. Got to label it, Marla. And I've put oak and the date. I've stuck that on the side. I've done it with a pencil so that it won't wash off. I found that permanent markers aren't quite as permanent as they like to make out. And that's it. We're going to put that outside. You don't want to put it on a sunny windowsill or anything like that. You want to put it in a cool place. You want to put it in a cool sort of darkish place or out of direct sunlight. They should start sprouting when they're good and ready. Keep it wet and they should come up. And that's about it. But I learned something this week. I have to share this. Marla, I learned something this week. It's quite an important lesson in life. Just to set the scene a little, Katie and myself, we now, the children are grown up, we eat in the kitchen of an evening. We've got a little round table and we both have a chair there. If we're eating Greek, we put on YouTube Greek taverna music. If we're eating Italian, you put in Italian restaurant music, Chinese, Indian, etc. It's a nice way to have your evening meal. And so you set out your table and just, it's the little bits, isn't it? It's the little bits in life. So a tablecloth, you know? Tablecloth over it, candlestick, bottle of wine, 2 glasses of wine, 2 meals, salad, beautiful. And you sit down to eat your meal and a cat jumps on the table. Now, instinctively, you want to take the cat off the table as quickly as you can. And I have learned this week, ladies and gentlemen, that a cat attaches itself very quickly and efficiently to a tablecloth. And after a lot of shouting at the cat and thankfully the wine cools the spaghetti bolognese as it spills into your lap, I just sort of had a look and thought, well, if it wasn't for slapstick moments like that in life, wouldn't life be boring? But the lesson learned, I'm never picking a cat up off the table like that again. Anyway, it's been Robbie Phoenix and Marla on camera down at Stinky Ditch Nursery, planting up some oak seeds. Thank you for watching.